Eshani, aka Total Makeup Junkie 101. So today I have my monthly favorites video for the month of July. I actually didn't do a favorites video last month for June, so this is kind of like a 2 months favorites. Despite that, I don't have a ton of stuff to talk about. I do have a good amount of stuff, and the stuff I have is really, really good stuff, but I don't have a lot of stuff. How many times did I say stuff in that last sentence? Anyways, let's just go ahead and jump right into the beauty favorites. We will start with a product that has been raved about by many, many YouTubers, including myself. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This is an absolutely gorgeous palette filled with these beautiful warm toned shadows. And honestly, if you are a warm toned shadow lover, this palette is really a must-have, and that is coming from someone who doesn't necessarily feel like all Anastasia palettes are must-haves. This is probably my most loved Anastasia eyeshadow palette in a long time. So I highly recommend it. Jumping over to the other side of the spectrum, we talked about something that was really, really hyped up. Now we're gonna talk about a brand that overall is just very, very underrated, and it is one of my all-time favorite indie makeup brands. It's a brand called JD Glow Cosmetics, and you guys may have heard that I love their highlighting powders. I talked about them in my 3 amazing makeup brands you've never heard of video, but they recently released eyeshadows. And I just have to say that these shadows are stunning. There are so many different finishes. They have everything from metallics, duochromes, or what they call galaxy shadows. They have some matte shadows. They have a little bit of every finish. There are so many different colors to pick from. What I'm showing you guys here is just a sampling of some of the colors. These are not all of the colors they offer. There are so many great ones, but I will say that some of my favorites are definitely this color. It's called Anomaly, and it's this gorgeous, like, purple with this really strong blue shift. I just want to do a quick swatch on the back of my hand so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. But can you guys see this? It's like this purple base with this super, super strong blue glitter in it. It's gorgeous. I also really love this one, which is called Rose, and this one, which is called Gold. Let me just do some quick swatches of those two. Here we have Rose, here we have Gold. These are just really quick swatches on the back of my hand. No primer, no base. My hands are really dry too, so you can just imagine if you did use an eyeshadow primer with these. I just feel like I'm being scatterbrained all over the place today, but this black, I really want to show it to you. So you can see I have nothing on my hands. And then just look at this intense pigment that this black shadow gives off. I cannot deal with it. These are gorgeous, gorgeous shadows. All of them are beautiful. Okay, I want to talk about a foundation that I have been loving for months now. And I feel like I did talk about this foundation in a previous monthly favorites, but ever since I've been wearing it a lot in a lot of my videos, tons of you guys have asked me if I like it, and I love it. This is the Milani Foundation, or sorry, Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, and it is the best stuff ever. I have it in the shade number 9 Tan, and I love that it comes with a pump. It is in a glass bottle, which is really nice. I purchased this at Walmart for about $9, which is such a great price for a drugstore product. This foundation is so full coverage. You can truly use it as a foundation and a concealer. You definitely want to use this with some sort of sponge, like a beauty blender, because I feel like that's the best way you're going to be able to spread this across your skin, because it is such a thick, very, very densely pigmented foundation, and this can cover your worst sin. I mean, this is some good stuff. A couple of other face products I've really been loving. I have re-fallen in love with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I know that some people feel like this is just water, but I do feel like this does something more than just water. I spritz this on my face as a primer. I do use it in combination with my photo finish pore minimizing pore filling primer, but I feel like this just gives my skin an overall very dewy luminescence. It really kind of makes everything look smooth, and it does help my makeup stay on longer, so I really love it. Another face product I've been loving, which is something I haven't talked about on my channel yet, I don't think, but it's something that it's almost like my guilty pleasure makeup item, and I know that sounds really weird, but hopefully I can explain it to you guys. This is the Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation. It's like the antioxidant rich matte rose petal finish. It's a powder, guys. It is a foundation powder. I have it in the shade Deep Tan, and this is probably that perfect medium coverage powder foundation that you can just spread across your skin. It does come with a puff that actually fell on the floor under here, but I use it with a brush, like a slightly dense brush, and just kind of buff it into my skin. It evens everything out. It makes me look really flawless. It does help my makeup stay on longer, but more than anything, the reason that I love this one even more than any of the other powders in my collection right now is because it smells like chocolate. It really is that guilty pleasure makeup item, and it's that item that I can just pull out and just spread it across my skin, and I just smell that cocoa powder and I just feel happier. Guilty pleasure product right here. I have one kind of all over face slash cheek product to talk about. It's actually 4 different shades, but they are the CoverFX Custom Enhancer Drops, and I know so many YouTubers have been talking about these lately as well. I did do a full blog post of these on my blog with swatches of all of the 4 different highlighter shades that I have, so I will link that blog post in the description box below for you. If you guys haven't heard anybody talking about these yet, congrats to you for saving some money, but hopefully after I talk about these, you will run out and purchase one for yourself because they are amazing, amazing stuff. You only get half a fluid ounce, and these are like $42, so they are expensive. Don't get me wrong, CoverFX is a really, really great brand though. I love a lot of what they do, especially their custom cover drops. So when they release these custom enhancer drops, and I went and swatched them in Sephora, they swatch like liquid metal. 1 drop of this product will take you so long. It is so liquidy that it's very easy to mix in with your foundation if you want an all over glow. It's easy to blend on top of your cheeks, over or under powder. It doesn't displace the makeup that's underneath. It is some of the best stuff. I did talk about tons of other ways to use this type of product in my blog post. Like I said, it is linked below, but honestly, these are great. All of the shades, at least the highlighter shades that I have, all of them are beautiful. Finally, I do want to talk about lips, and there is one standout lip product that has just really stolen my heart this month. They are the new Urban Decay Vice lipstick line. There are 100 shades to pick from, so way too many, especially for a makeup addict like me. I feel like I want them all, and that is a really bad problem to have, but I did do a full review video on all of the shades that I already own of these. I love that they come in so many different finishes, and I love that they brought back their Matte Revolution finish into the Comfort Mattes, which are 2 of the ones I'm holding up right here. This first shade is Notorious, which is a gorgeous purple Comfort Matte finish. It is speaking my language in so many different ways, but I will say that my all-time favorite one is the shade in Hitchhike. It's a gorgeous warm toned medium neutral color, and it looks so good on all skin tones. I honestly think if you guys haven't tried the Comfort Matte finish, it's the same thing as the Matte Revolution. If you still haven't tried it, you need to check it out. Now let's go ahead and discuss a couple of flops. I actually have 3 flops to talk about, and I dislike all of these products for different reasons, so hopefully I can explain it to you guys well enough that you will understand where I'm coming from. Firstly, this palette. I really didn't even want to talk about this at all, honestly. I purchased the Lorac Pro 3. I did do a full blog post on it. I never talked about it in a video up until now because I was really trying to get this to work. It comes in the same format as all of the other Pro palettes. You guys know I love the Lorac Original Pro palette. I love the Pro 2 palette, but the Original Pro is definitely the one I would recommend out of any beginner eyeshadow neutral palette you can find on the market. That Original Pro. you need it. So when I heard they were coming out with the Pro 3, of course I was all over it. Unfortunately, I feel like this palette just doesn't work very well for my skin tone. I think that's the final conclusion I've come to, because I do feel like the texture of these aren't very great. The pigmentation is very, very hit and miss. And I don't know if it's because so much of this palette is so light. I mean, up until this point, it's just so light. All 8 of these shadows look so similar on my skin tone that honestly, like, they could have just summarized this into like 2 or 3 shadows. These darker colors do work better on my skin tone, but honestly, nothing about this palette is unique to me. I've tried to create so many different looks using this palette. I've used it at least like 10 times now, and I just feel like every time I use it, I get a very similar, very bland, muddy, neutral look. And I never really love my shadow look. The next product flop I want to talk about is a little bit of a weird one, because I don't think it's necessarily a bad product, but it is not what the company was promoting that it is, and it's just not what I was expecting. It is the CoverGirl Katy Kat Matte, their collaboration with Katy Perry collection. I only picked up 2 of the lipsticks, and so many people have been speaking really highly of these lipsticks, but let me just say, in giant letters, it does say matte. The colors are on the bottom of the tubes. I picked up 2 kind of more neutrally colors. I got Kitty Purry and Couture Tricot Grievous. That was not happening. But these are really nice lipsticks. They're creamy, they're opaque, they feel nice on the lips, they're lightweight, they don't last the longest, but that's okay. But they are not matte at all. Let me just show these to you on the back of my hand. So that's the Treves something something, and that's Kitty Purry. You can see, I mean, do you guys see that shine? These just look like cream lipstick. I mean, any old cream lipstick that I already have in my collection, there's nothing wrong with that, but I mean, drugstore brands do some really good matte lipsticks. Insert Maybelline creamy matte lipsticks. Those are some of the best at the drugstore, and those are truly a matte finish. These just are so like creamy. They're not matte at all. And then the final flop I want to discuss is a little bit of a shocking one, and I did briefly mention this in my previous video. This is the Dior Lip Glow Pomade Color Reviver Oil Gel Care, and it comes in this tube. It's a new extension off of their glow, like their lip glow line. You guys are probably aware of the Dior Lip Glow, the one in the stick, the one that I did do a dupe video on. It was my last video. I'll link it in the description box if you haven't watched it, but basically I briefly mentioned this product at the end of that video, saying how disappointing it was. I feel like I put this on, it actually has a really nice applicator. It's like this spongy, rubbery applicator that does kind of like contour to your lips. I actually quite like it. It's a great applicator, but the product itself is thin, and it says oil gel, but it's more of just like nothing. It's almost like one of those cheapy lip glosses you had when you were a child, where there was absolutely no hold to it and it would just slip everywhere. And the lip glow line is known for going on clear, but then it's supposed to adjust with your natural pH or your body heat or whatever and turn into a subtle pink tint. Nothing bright, nothing crazy, but this doesn't change at all. It's so slippy. It just comes off within like 30 minutes. I can't even tell it's on my lips anymore. And I feel like I always have to keep reapplying this, and it doesn't give me enough hydration to really even justify the effort I have to take to keep this on my lips. It's just, I don't know, it's not that great of a product. I think if you're interested in a Dior Lip Glow product, get their original one in like the tube. That is good stuff. I would highly recommend that. But this one, not so much. Okay guys, that is everything. That is everything I wanted to discuss in this faves and flops video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure you are subscribed to my channel because I have new videos every single Monday and Thursday, and I will talk to you guys in my next video on Thursday. I'll see you then. Bye. Hands can be removed out of this palette as well. They're just magnetized in. You can see there's this on the back of the tube. I really like the way L'Oreal is doing this now. They have this little grid that tells you